Now, Aussie cricketers caught up in India's COVID hell are right now undertaking quarantine in Sydney after arriving home earlier this week.
Among them, champion batsman Mike Hussey, who caught the virus after the Indian Premier League's COVID bubble burst. Fortunately, he's now recovered and he joins us live from quarantine. Mike, nice to talk to you this morning. You must be relieved to be back.
Yeah, good morning, Ali and David. Yeah, I am relieved to be home. And as you said, I have recovered. So just got to get through this 2-week quarantine and looking forward to getting home to the family.
How dire was it over there in India?
To be honest, we were quite protected from it. We saw some of the pictures on TV and they were harrowing, just to see, the number of cases and how quickly it surged and the lack of hospital beds for people that really needed it was, it was really hard to watch. But we were in a pretty tight-knit bubble, especially earlier in the tournament. But unfortunately, COVID was able to breach our bubble and the tournament had to be postponed.
And it breached the bubble with you, especially, Mike. So how did you feel when that positive test result came back? And did you have any symptoms?
Yeah, I was pretty shocked, I must admit, and I did have a few symptoms. I sort of felt like I had a bit of a head cold, and I had the fever for a few days, and the cough, and just really tired all the time. So it certainly didn't feel life-threatening or anything like that for me personally. They were relatively mild, but probably knocks you around a little bit more than I was expecting. How
worried were you that you wouldn't be able to get home once you tested positive, and there was this plan in place, or that they were working on to get the others back?
To be honest, initially I wasn't really thinking too much about that. It was just more focusing on just trying to get well and get over the virus firstly, and then try and make some plans from there. So, the BCCI, the governing body in India, and also the franchise that I work for, Chennai Super Kings, they made a commitment to all of the players and the staff that they promised they'd try and get the guys home as quickly and as safely as possible. And so we're certainly all very grateful because, there's lots of people over there that are desperately trying to get home, and I certainly have a lot of sympathy for those people. I've got friends as well, not from India, but from another country that have taken over a year to get home. So it is really difficult and frustrating for a lot of people, but we were quite fortunate, I guess, that we had the support of the BCCI and our franchises.
As you said, though, there's like 11,000 Aussies stuck over there trying to get back, and tragically 3 have died. Do you understand, Mike, I guess the scrutiny and some of the pushback that you guys, and could you see it online? Could you see what's happening where some people were kind of mad about you guys getting back here ahead of those people?
Oh, yeah, I can understand, I guess, because there's a lot of Australians that are desperately trying to get home, and it must be extremely frustrating. As I said, we were just very fortunate, I guess, and I know, speaking to the other guys, very grateful that we had the support of the BCCI. And Cricket Australia and the Australian Players Association as well, to help us get back. But yeah, certainly, hear the frustrations of those people that are desperately trying to get home. It's not a nice situation over there at all.
Do you think it's fair that you did get to jump that queue?
Oh, well, I don't know. I came home on a commercial flight, so I don't necessarily think I jumped the queue as such. But yeah, it's a difficult one. We were just lucky, I guess. But yeah, as I said, I understand the frustrations of other people that are trying and they've had to wait a long time to get back. It's a difficult situation for everyone. I know the government's doing their best to try. But it's difficult for the people here and difficult people abroad. The
frustration certainly went both ways as well. We saw, slats online on Twitter really going off and really actually going at the Prime Minister. Did you speak to him about that? Did anyone else reach out to him, make sure he was okay? He seemed pretty angry.
No, I haven't spoken to him personally about that. Obviously it was a pretty crazy situation over there, and it escalated quite quickly. And Slats was pretty keen to get out of India, and he got out as quickly as he possibly could, and was pretty desperate to get home. So, I guess it's stressful for everyone, and we were worried, I must admit, particularly when the ban for Aussies to come home was put in place for a while. I think the stress levels went up a little bit, but also understand that the government, if they're in an awkward position, they're trying to, keep the population in Australia as safe as they possibly can, and that's got to be a huge priority. and then also obviously trying to get the balance right of bringing Australians back home.
Yeah, look, I mean, I do love Slats, but I think he read the room really wrong there, and to be sending those from his hotel, his nice hotel in the Maldives, didn't work. And I know you guys, and in one way, I mean, it's not on you. Good luck to you being able to get home. You had government permission to go over there, but so do the thousands who went over to bury a loved one or to look after someone who was sick. You've copped a lot of heat for it. Do you regret going over to India in the first place?
Oh no, not at all, really. I as you said, I got government permission to go over there to work. I love my job. I really love working in the IPL. When we first went over, the situation, you know, the number of cases, it wasn't great, but it wasn't sort of escalating too quickly. We're in a very safe bubble. I felt extremely safe in that first few weeks. Unfortunately, after a couple of weeks of being in India, the cases really started to surge and you know get sort of out of control a little bit. So it was just unfortunate that it was able to breach our bubble and the tournament had to be postponed.
Well, Mike, we really appreciate you fronting and chat. We haven't heard from too many of the others. They've gone very quiet in hotel quarantine, and we are very happy to hear that you've recovered from COVID. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Okay, no worries. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.